here and why it's so important to have this day today?
Oh, I mean, it's an unbelievable honor. This day means so much to the history of our country, so much to its people, and it's an honor to be here.
Tell us about why it's important in this day and age to honor Dr. King and his legacy and to come out and celebrate everything he stood for today.
Because of who he was, what he stood for, the nonviolent belief, and kind of fighting for the right to be accepted, and to understand, to judge someone by the content of their character and not the color of their skin. And this is a beautiful day here in Houston, and a great day to honor him.
It says a lot about the city of Houston. All these people come out for this kind of thing. I mean, when the World Series trophy came through downtown, hey, that's a whole different experience. But this is something special in its own way, isn't it?
Yeah, this is it's a little bit different than the last time I was down here, but this is unbelievable. This is incredible. This means so much to not only, I think, our city, but the world, and I mean, especially our country. So I'm incredibly humbled to be here, and looking forward to it.
This is the kind of thing you like to give back to the community too. You do a great job of it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, but this is something that I should be here for this, and kind of enjoying events like this because of what they mean. There's so much to life than just a game of baseball. So I'm happy to be here, kind of celebrating the honor of Dr. King as well.
I know you just got it, but you see all kinds of people here. You see old people, you see young people, just every walk of life coming out here, really to celebrate the same message. It seems like.
Yeah, I mean that's a beautiful part about America is all walks of life, and a lot of people are here to celebrate to somebody who did unbelievable things in this world. So it's awesome to see.
George, thank you so much.
I appreciate it. Yep.
I appreciate it. It's nice meeting you. Thanks so much. Everyone,
Hey.
great to see you. Good to see you.
Yes. Yes.
He's right there. He's right there. Say hi. Go say hi. Go say hi.
Well, since we were doing this, I went ahead and used this mic here.
For the live stream.
Yeah.
All right. So let's sit down and get ready because the opening ceremonies are going to start.
Okay. Unless you're going to grab the other mic they have for the wired into his system, I didn't know.
Okay. We need to get started.
Okay. Need some extra cable? Let me give you some extra cable then. All right.
Let's get the mic over there.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 41st Annual Original MLK Day Parade. Are you happy to be here, everyone? Well, we're happy that everyone's here. We are about to begin the opening ceremonies for the MLK Original Parade. That's going to start in just a couple of minutes. We do want to say that you can watch this live on abc13.com. We are streaming right now. So if you're a little farther down the parade route but can hear my voice and want to see what's going on, turn us on. And that way you can watch it from the comfort of your phone as well as in person. We've had a lot going on this morning. We have the mayor of the city of Houston is here, as well as, are you ready for this? George Springer. He is one of the parade grand marshals. And we are so excited because our parade MC is here with us this morning, and we're happy for that. But we also want to welcome Congressman John Lewis, who is our co-MC of the parade, along with Mr. Springer. We are very excited about this happening, and I'm also excited about my guests who just sat down, who will be the MC for this parade. So it's not going to be just me. It's going to be ABC 13's Chauncey Glover. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Happy MLK Day. I'm glad it's not as cold as we had thought originally. But welcome out. Good morning, everybody. We are looking forward to a great
Diana, you can keep with that, but Chauncey's going to keep us on track with this, okay? And I've got about a dozen copies of all of this. So.
I think that's an ABC truck. I think that's an ABC truck right there, right?
Somebody hit his truck.
Anybody see Sean Smith? Sean, give it.
testing.
Testing.
All right, once again, good morning. We are almost ready to start. The streets have been blocked off. We are almost ready for our opening ceremony to start. A lot of special guests here today, including our very own Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner. And good morning to you. Welcome. Here, my co-host now joining me. We're here. We both had a little trouble getting across the barricades there, but they definitely have it blocked off for certain.
Yes, indeed. And my name is Diana Waters, and I'm here to represent the Black Heritage. My name is Diana Waters, and I'm here to represent the Black Heritage Society organization, and we are very excited today. We have a long list of participants, and we're going to make sure that this is the greatest parade in the city of Houston. Thank you so much for coming out and supporting us. You're going to be very excited today, very excited today.
Gotcha. And once again, let's talk about the Black Heritage Society. And this is not your first time participating. You're a well-known face around here for this event.
Yes, I am so happy to be here because, again, this is one of Mr. O.V. Duncantill's dreams, to see this parade unified and we coming together. And we're so excited. You know, last year he passed away, but again, I know he's looking down, smiling at this huge, huge event. So we're just excited. We're very excited today, and we're just so thankful that God bless us with good weather. And again, we're looking forward to a great time. This has been way in the making for a long, long time. We know our first Grand Marshal was Daddy King, Martin Luther King Jr.'s father. So he actually really would be proud that we're actually still carrying on the legacy of the late Dr. Martin Luther King. And again, we're going to also celebrate the late O.V. Duncantill. So again, thank you so much for being here, everyone.
All right, and when you talk about Dr. King, and you also talk about the unity we're seeing here today, just for this parade, first two different parades, but now the first year, one big unified parade. Speak to that.
Well, we're so thankful to Mayor Turner for putting his support behind the Black Heritage Society organization and making this one huge parade. You know, we've been trying to work on a unified parade for a long, long time. So again, we're just glad that Mayor Turner put his support behind this. We're glad that the Martin Luther King Family Foundation in Atlanta, Georgia has given us the IPM and has blessed this parade. So we're really looking forward to a great time today.
And we know Congressman John Lewis is on his way there. You see George Springer there, but a lot of folks here excited about this parade. He's here, I am being told. Congressman John Lewis just showed up, but a lot of people, this is something that so many people look forward to, and I just talking with some of the parade goers, they get to just enjoy one big good parade this year.
Yeah. And you know, from here on out, there won't be any kind of confusion whatsoever. Like I said, we're going to do this from here on out. This is our 41st parade. And again, we're looking to have an exciting time, and we're so thankful to Congressman John Lewis for gracing us with his presence, and also the Houston Astros, George Springer. And again, just so many hosts of other great elected officials and just participants who've always supported the organization throughout the years. And we're so glad that they have also decided to join in with us on this very special occasion.
All right, so we are almost ready to start the opening program, so just sit back, relax, and get ready for the parade to begin here in just a few minutes. We know we have a few people still getting in place, but the parade and the opening ceremony should be starting here momentarily.
Block the speakers. This is the off button right here.
Cynthia, they're moving Congressman Lewis over here. He's doing
Check, mic check. All right, all right. Just like we told you, we were about to get underway here. It looks like we can get started now because, friends, our great mayor of Houston, Mayor Sylvester Turner, is here. How you feeling this morning, Mayor?
John, I'm feeling very, very good. We have two outstanding Grand Marshals, Congressman John Lewis, who actually walked and protested with Dr. King, who is here out of Atlanta. And then that younger view, you have George Springer, the Astros former MVP, that are Grand Marshals. You have, look, Texas Southern Band, Prairie View Band, University of Houston Band, Rice, all in one. And you have leaders on the federal, state, local level, faith-based, community-based leaders, all standing as one. Christian, Jews, Muslims. I'm excited about what's taking place in our city.
And you can't help but to think about all of that diversity and help, but to think about the dream and Dr. King's dream. And even this year, to have two different parades and then this year unify and just have one big parade. Talk about the importance of that.
Well, you can't celebrate and pay tribute to Dr. King without paying tribute to his message or living his message. And his message was one of unification. His message was one of standing for right over wrong, recognizing that an injustice done to anyone is an injustice done to us all. The focus on education, on lifting up people, on standing by those who may represent the least of us, to those on the greatest of us. So his message was one of unification. And in the most diverse city in the country, that's a message that we must practice.
And Mayor, talking about the times we're living in to celebrate Dr. King and diversity and coming together and all the unity, now more than ever, I feel is a perfect time to celebrate Dr. King and what he stood for.
Well, when you have so much diversity from coast to coast, north to south, it's important to recognize that you can be diverse, separate, segregated, and apart, or you can be diverse and choose to be inclusive. I think where we need to be now is to be diverse, and we need to choose and act to be inclusive. That's the message of Dr. King. And he used to say it's never a bad time to do the right thing. And so I'm just honored to be living in a city with so much diversity. But we're going to march as one, stand as one, and be supportive of each other. That's what I'm excited about.
All right, thank you so much. You all give our great Mayor Sylvester Turner a big round of applause. Thanks, Mayor. Good to see you. Good to see you. Also joining here is Congressman John Lewis. Of course, we all know him, and we are privileged to be in your presence. Sir, I don't know if you remember me, but I was a young grasshopper reporter years ago, probably about 10 years now, working in Columbus, Georgia, and I had a chance to interview you there in Columbus for the MLK breakfast there, and I thought it was the most coolest thing that I was getting to interview you, so good to see you again here all these years later.
Good to see you, and good to be here in Houston. As a matter of fact, we drove through Columbus, Georgia yesterday. I went down to Plains and listened to Jimmy Carter, President Carter, teach Sunday school and stayed for the service. You know, I grew up not that far from Columbus, Georgia. I grew up outside of Troy, Alabama, on a farm. And I remember hearing Dr. King speaking on our radio, talking about the bus boycott. And that speech inspired me to find a way to meet Dr. King. So I wrote him a letter. When I was 17 years old, he wrote me back, sent me a round-trip Greyhound bus ticket, and invited me to come to Montgomery to meet with him. Changed my life.
And talk about the atmosphere once you got to Montgomery, what it was like, what he was like, and as for you, being, especially around that time, being able to be on the front lines, marching right along with Dr. King.
Well, during that period, I saw the signs that said white and colored. White men, colored men, white women, colored women, white waiting, colored waiting. But it was tense, but people were so brave and so courageous. Dr. King inspired us to stand up, to get out there and push and pull, and that's what we did. If it hadn't been for Martin Luther King Jr., I don't know what would have happened to America, to all of us. He helped change America, to help make our country a better country and make us a better people.
And last question here, in our society today and all that we're facing, how important is it for us to be here this morning to celebrate Dr. King and remember his legacy and his dream and the unity that he stood for?
Well, it is so important. not just for us as adults, but it's important for our children and for children yet to be born. Dr. King helped, and he's still helping, to bring people together like he's bringing people together today here in Houston. That it doesn't matter whether we're black or white, Latino, Asian American, or Native American. We're one people. We're one family. We all live in the same house, the American house, the world house. And he would say to us today, we must learn to live together as brothers and sisters. If not, we will perish as fools.
One of my favorite quotes. Thank you so much, the Honorable Congressman John Lewis. Thank you so much for being here, and welcome to Houston. Good to see you again, sir. I went to school at Troy University. I remember you telling me that you grew up on a farm just right outside Detroit. Good to see you again. Well, congrats. We got to get a picture.
Again, we want to thank, Congressman John Lewis for being here. We want to thank our elected officials, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson-Lee and Congressman Al Green, for bringing them here and hosting them here. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much. All right. Sir? Okay, we'll do.
I know. I want to thank
But she got a good one. Oh, you do? I'm gonna need. Did you get that picture? I'm gonna need you to send me that picture. Okay. Hey, good morning.
No, we're good. We can bring in people thinking about it. She's also bringing people for you to talk to.
Got you.
How you doing?
All right, we're just a few minutes away from the opening ceremony. You heard there from the mayor, Mayor Sylvester Turner, as well as Congressman John Lewis, gracing us here with his presence today. So we're about to start this opening ceremony. But welcome. We're here in downtown Houston, of course. Great weather for this. I thought it would be a little cooler, but this is bearable here as I talk to my co-host.
Oh, yes, it is. I was just hoping that we get a good turnout and we get some good weather. And so I'm thankful that the weather is improving. And I know those people that are in the parade, I know while they're walking, they're going to be nice and warm. So hopefully, the day will progress. And we want to thank everybody for coming out here, especially to our Grand Marshals, Congressman John Lewis, and also to George Springer and all of the elected officials. Thank you.
All right, looks like we're ready to start this opening ceremony here on Smith and McKinney. See everyone's paying attention there to the middle of the street as we start this year's opening ceremony. And as we are waiting for the grand opening ceremony to start, but just talk about here on MLK Day, getting to hear and talk to a man who was actually on the front lines marching with Dr. King. I got a few goosebumps there when he was talking about the letter he wrote to him, and then when he finally got to Montgomery, Alabama, seeing the signs, white men only, or colored, water fountain. Just talk about that, the moment in history that was.
Well, it's amazing in itself with the attitude that he has, to have experienced the thing that he had experienced, during that time when they were marching on Selma. And to have the attitude that he has, it doesn't matter about color. But again, we're all in it together as one race of people, and we're all humans, and we just want to fight, keep fighting the fight so that we'll all be equal in America. So again, it's really an awesome pleasure to have actually him here in our midst, where we can sit and actually talk to him about the experience that he had. And again, being a leader for the country, and again, turning the other cheek. I'm just really in awe to have actually sit here with Congressman John Lewis.
And one thing that he and both the mayor talked about, that this now is the time more than more than ever that we need to reflect on Dr. Martin Luther King and all that he stood for.
Yeah. You know, like it says, during that march when Dr. Martin Luther King was marching for, he marched for that purpose that we can all be unified. Again, no distinguish in color, but we can just be one race of people, appreciated and respected by all of mankind. And it's still amazing that in some cases we're still fighting that same struggle today, but we're going to keep fighting.
Yes, we are. All right, we need, the officials are asking for people right here to clear out so we can begin the opening ceremony. So if you are not a part of the opening ceremony, could you please just clear this area right here? Once again, officials asking us to announce that you all clear this area if you are not a part of the grand opening ceremony. We really got to get started here in a few seconds. So if you aren't a part of the ceremony, please clear the way here in the circle just so we can start.
We're about to begin the ceremony. Please, all media and everyone that is not a part of the opening ceremony, please make your way to the sidewalk so we can begin this incredible event. Please make your way to the sidewalk. If you are not directly a part of the ceremony, media, all others, please make your way to the sidewalk immediately. Thank you. HPD, please help us.
All right, now once again, we're just a few seconds away from starting the opening ceremony. So please, if you're a part of the media or anyone who is not a part of the opening ceremony, please clear this area here so we can go ahead and start the kickoff ceremony off.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, we have to be able to see clearly those that are participating. So again, would you please be so kind to move out of the area?
Don't let them come up any further. And then, because I've got to get the honor guard through here.
Second, we're bringing Brian Courtney. We're still in the conference room. They're coming now.
Again, we are so glad to see all of our elected officials.
Testing, 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 testing. Testing, testing.
Does your microphone work? I can use Chauncey's. That's great.
That's done.
This should go right there.
This one.
As soon as it'll be a working one for you. This one here doing okay for you? Or do you need an additional one?
It's going to get in the way right now. It's going to be Brian Courtney Smith. Brian Courtney, I can't remember his last name. He's about to walk out. Sean's bringing it. Susan to Sean. Where's Brian? Amen.
Head down there to make sure they can get on my card.
Yeah.
The mayor was asking what's next.
Yeah. Are we ready for the Brian is on his way over here. The singer.
Well, we need to get started.
I know. Hold on.
We're waiting
Sean,
for Brian Courtney.
I need to know when he's going to be here or I'm skipping this part.
I understand. I'm trying to get in here. I got a card now, and I'm trying to get it back. But if I can get him, I'll tell you.
Courtney Wilson. Can we move it to the
Yeah, we can. I'm going to start the national anthem. Hey, guys. Guys, we're going to go national. Say it again. We almost.
Yes, we're pulling them out of the car right now. Susan, you need something? I can help you out right here.
Yeah, I need my staff to get their heads out of their ass and get the singer here. What are we singing first? The national anthem.
All right, good morning and welcome to the Martin Luther King Jr. Parade here in downtown Houston. We are ready to start our opening ceremony. Right now we want to bring to the front Brian Courtney Wilson and the MLK Parade Unified Choir under the direction of Shara McKee and the Pentecostals of Katy. They're going to sing Great Work. Please welcome them as they come this morning to start us off.
Officers, scoot everybody back. Yes. Okay.
Good morning. Happy MLK Day. God is doing a great work. If you agree, shout amen. Come on, we can do it louder than that. Shout amen if you're a witness. Sometimes there are obstacles that can leave you feeling low, and you don't know how to move forward. And sometimes there are turns you want to take, but the way gets hard to trace. Now you're wondering, how did you get here? But don't you give up until you see how God is ordering your steps so you can walk into your season. He that has begun a great work in you is faithful to perform. God is faithful to perform. He has begun a great work in you is faithful to perform. Our God is faithful. If you're a witness to his faithfulness, shout, yes, Lord. I declare you will know the favor of the Lord and receive a harvest for your seed. And in due time, God will will blow your mind with what he planted inside of you. Let the world as it blooms.
He that has begun
A great
work in you
is faithful to perform it. God is faithful to perform it. I'm looking for a witness out here today. A great work
in you
is faithful to perform it. God is faithful to perform it. So if you ever get discouraged, speak to yourself, say, God is doing a great work. He's doing a great work. He's doing a great work in me. God is doing a great work. He's doing a great work. He's doing a great work. God is doing a great work. Come on, I'm still looking for a witness. God is in me. God is doing a great work. He's doing a great work. Doing a great work. God is doing a great work. Yes, yes. Look me up, look my future. God is doing a great work. Yes, he is. Oh, he's doing a great work. He that has done a great work in you is faithful to perform it. God is faithful to perform it. If you believe that this morning, I need you to...
great work in you is faithful to perform it, faithful to perform. He's faithful to perform it, faithful to perform.
Faithfulness. So what should be considered as we proceed is that this work did not begin with you. Our mothers' mothers and fathers' fathers planted seeds when we were but the faint notion of a dream in their mind. They hope for a harvest, a legacy, a great work. So may your next step forward help us to connect the dots and see this picture of greatness. In fact, I hear God say that you are his workmanship, his masterpiece, created for such a time as this. A great work, a great work. So don't be great, sing it. Don't get discouraged. Don't be great. Don't you get weary. Don't be great. Keep marching for justice because it makes us great in this wonderful world where our children laugh and play and dream and see greatness. I see greatness. I see greatness more than we can imagine. But let me assure you it's great. And I say, yes, yes, you're great. God God is doing a great work, doing a great work, doing a great work in me. One more time, here we go. God is doing a great work, doing a great work, doing a great work in me.
All right, you all give it up for Mr. Brian Courtney Wilson singing Great Work. At this time, could you please rise as we present the colors, the color guard from the Houston Police Department. Please welcome them at this moment, and please remain standing for the national anthem by the MLK Parade Unified Choir under the direction of national recording artist Cedric Ballard.
Clear this area, please.
Okay, if we can take a moment and bow for the blessing by Manpreet Kaur, the Sikh Coalition.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now the national anthem. All right, at this time, we want to invite everyone to join the MLK Parade Unified Choir, directed by national recording artist Chester Baldwin, in singing Lift Every Voice and Sing. Give it up for the MLK Parade Unified Choir. Please take a moment of silence and bow your heads at this time for a moment of prayer by Manpreet Kaur.
Please join me in the spirit of prayer. Let today not be a memorial, and do not let this parade be cheap talk or idle movements. I know we are living through another prolonged moment in our nation's civil rights struggle where we are all fatigued. And it would be easy for tomorrow to be another normal day. Let it not be so. Let what brought you here today, the person we remember today, the city we celebrate today, connect deeply with our highest goals and the highest goals of Dr. King. Justice, unity, to use our spiritual and religious values to resist the unfairness we often propagate, to transform the hearts of hatred to love, to call forth change that benefits all. Lord, today we pray as we march, that we march to the same beat that Dr. King marched. We march for recognizing that an injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We march to recognize that our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter. We march to recognize that the time is right to do what is right. In his name, amen, Amin, Om Shanti, and Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
All right, at this time, please welcome the mayor of this great city, Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner.
Let me thank you all for being out here. I certainly want to start off by acknowledging the Black Heritage Organization. Oval Duncantail, Oval Duncantail. Let me thank you. He may be physically gone, but not absent. The reality is he started the first Martin Luther King parade in the country, and today we pay tribute to him as well. Let me thank all of you for being out here, all of our public officials, from the federal, state, local level. I especially want to give a shout out to two Grand Marshals, outstanding. One, Congressman John Lewis out of Atlanta. Walk with Dr. King, still carrying the message and the fight. Thank you, Congressman Lewis, for being here today. And then that younger version, let me thank George Springer from the Houston Astros MVP. Let me thank George Springer for being out here serving as a Grand Marshal along with his family. And then let me thank all of you. Let me just say to you, it's about unifying in the most diverse city we have. All groups, all religions, all faiths, all languages. Doesn't matter where you come from. On this date, we march as one, and it's always good to do the right thing. Thank you, and let's enjoy the parade. George, come on up, man. I remember when we played together. I want to thank you for being one of the Grand Marshals for this parade. The Black Heritage Parade, city is joining with them in tribute to Oval Duncantail and all that he stood and fought for. Dr. King, let me present this proclamation from the city of Houston. Thank you for being one of the Grand Marshals. George Springer, ladies and gentlemen. And look, if you ever need something from the city of Houston, you don't have to call me. This is your key. It'll unlock any door. Thank you, man. Congressman John Lewis, please. Let me present this proclamation from the city of Houston, 2.3 million Houstonians and a lot more, thanking you for just being you, for continuing to be true to the cause. Man, you are an iconic leader, and we all bow to you and thank you for your contribution to the civil rights and human rights movement. Congressman John Lewis out of Atlanta. And then when you're ever in the area, and if you need something, You don't have to wait to call Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee or Congressman Al Green. This is your key. Just unlock the door. It will spring open. Thank you. Congressman John Lewis, give it up to him. Thank you so very, very much. We are humble in your presence. And I would be remiss to have this gentleman to be here. You've got to at least say some words as we start this parade.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mayor Turner, thank you very much for allowing the guy from Georgia who was born and reared in Alabama, 50 miles from Montgomery, to be standing here with this great athlete, George. You know, I think I played a little with you. Well, back in the day when I was much younger, I had all of my hair and a few pounds lighter. But it's good to be here. Mayor, it's good to be here with my colleagues for the Congress. All of these wonderful young people. They lead me, they teach me. Now, I heard of Martin Luther King Jr. when I was very, very young. Dr. King inspired me to stand up, to speak up, to speak out, and to get in good trouble, necessary trouble. I first met Rosa Parks in 1957 when I was 17. I met Martin Luther King Jr. in 1958 at the age of 18. Meeting Rosa Parks, meeting Dr. King, walking all the way from Selma to Montgomery with Dr. King. Been beaten with him, going to jail with him, made me stronger, made me better. Mr. Mayor, I'm going to thank you and the great city of Houston and all of these wonderful young political leaders that we're on our way to building what Dr. King called the beloved community. We're going to redeem the soul of America. And it doesn't matter whether we're black or white, Latino, Asian American, or Native American. We're one people, we're one family, we all live in the same house. Not just American house, but the world house. Dr. King said on one occasion, we must learn to live together as brothers and sisters. If not, we will pass as fools. We can do it. I'm happy to be here, and thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, George. I just want to hear from you, man. Come on, at least introduce your family.
My wife, Charlize, is here. My father, George Springer Jr., my agent, Kenny Felder, and his kids, Carson and Maya. Morning, Houston. I know it's a little cold, but it's all good. It's great to be here on this monumental day, celebrating the life of a man who should be celebrated for what he stood for, how he stood for it. Again, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is absolutely incredible. I love each and every one of you, and thank you, Mr. Lewis, for everything you have done, the sacrifice you personally have made to make America better. And I thank you as well, and let's have a great parade.
All right, let's get started and let's start the parade. Okay, everybody go to their vehicles, their floats, their cars, their feet, whatever you're doing. And now let's get started.
Okay, let's clear out the area. Choir, please. Everyone go to your floats.
All right, all right. Once again, welcome to the MLK Day Parade here this morning in downtown Houston. A few seconds away from kicking off this parade. Such a great opening ceremony there, Ms. Waters, and you're from the Black Heritage Society who's holding this. And talk about how you're feeling to be able to be here, right here on the front row seat here this morning.
Well, again, I'm Diana Waters, and I am ecstatic about being here because, again, this is a dream that Mr. O.V. Duncantale has had, one big unified parade. And again, I just want to reiterate, we're so thankful to the city of Houston for getting behind us and endorsing this parade, and we're just thankful for all the participants that they've been able to bring out as well. We have over 176 participants, and so this is going to be an awesome, awesome day. So again, we want to thank all of our elected officials. We want to especially thank Congressman John Lewis and the Houston Springer Jerry Springer from the Astro, George Springer, forgive me guys, from the Houston Astros. So again, we're looking forward to an awesome morning. People, you guys won't be disappointed for being here. We're going to have an awesome, awesome day.
And taking a look here at the first float, you see folks there getting the pictures of Representative John Lewis. Talk about what a moment, talking about being up there with Rosa Parks and marching right alongside Dr. King.
Well, to be honest with you, I actually met Rosa Parks myself when I was a young girl. My mother took me to Washington, D.C. We marched around the White House, and I was able to meet Julian Bond and Andrew Young, Jesse Jackson, and Rosa Parks. So again, I wish I would have got a chance to meet John Lewis personally, but again, I'm thankful to see him here, and we're so thankful that he wanted to be a part of this great parade. I'm sure Congressman Green and Sheila Jackson-Lee brought him in town, as they do other great elected officials that are running our country. So again, this is just an awesome experience to see Mr. Duncantale's vision and dream come true, celebrating the Martin Luther King 41st Grand Parade. Thank you. I'm just so excited about being here.
And as we are about to start the floats to roll in, we ask you to please clear out this area right here. If you are here in this area, we need to be able to see. So just kind of make sure we get a good, yeah, please just right to the right. Thank you. But definitely a great morning for a parade here on this MLK morning as we're about to start these floats are rolling. And when we're talking about the Black Heritage Society and all the great work that you all are doing in the community, this is only one of many projects that you all do.
Yes. Well, like I said, you know, Mr. Duncantale was one of the first ones to notice that there was no city council people of color in Houston, Texas. And so, you know, he's from Nacogdoches, Louisiana. He was headed to California, and he stopped here to visit his wife's people. And he noticed that there was no one here to run for city council without owning a home, people of color. So he fought that federally, and he actually won. So a lot of elected officials, they actually credit him for being in office today. So we're just so thankful that the legacy that he left behind, even though he's not with us right now, but you know, he started the first food stamp for African Americans and other minorities in Houston, and then also he did some great things in terms of medical benefits for the people of color and just anyone. He's a strong soldier and an advocate, and we're just thankful that the city has decided to endorse this parade. This is the original parade. We've been around for 41 years celebrating this parade. So again, we're just delighted of all the people that have come out to support us, and we're looking forward to a fantastic day.
Right, and you talk about 41 years, and to celebrate this morning with Representative John Lewis here, sort of a full circle moment. I know you talked about all the great work that you all have done.
Like I said, we are just so ecstatic just to see John Lewis come here and the fight and the struggle that he is doing in Washington, D.C., along with the other elected officials. We're so thankful of the direction that they're taking this country with the struggle and the fight so that everyone will have equality and justice for all. You know, we just have to keep fighting and keep pushing so that there will be no one that feel left out or excluded in this great nation. So again, you know, it's just an awesome experience to actually sit here with John Lewis and allow him to share the struggle and what they're doing, and to be so inclusive of all people. You know, like he keeps saying, it doesn't matter if you black, white, green, yellow. We're all one race, and that's the human race. So
No doubt
it's
about it.
exciting time.
And all right, and we're off. We're about to kick off the parade this year. You all give a big round of applause here, leading this year's parade and joining Mayor Sylvester Turner, our Grand Marshals, of course, U.S. Representative from the state of Georgia, John Lewis, and Astros outfielder George Springer. You all give them a big round of applause as they kick off this year's 41st annual MLK Day Parade.
Again, isn't that a wonderful, wonderful float there with Congressman John Lewis, and we also have Congressman Al Green.
Gotcha. All right, moving right along. We hear the beat. Downtown Houston is rocking this morning as we welcome Texas Southern University Ocean of Soul Marching Band. You all give it up for them.
Wow, they look wonderful in their uniforms.
All right, the Texas Southern University Marching Band there, the Ocean of Soul. They've performed during the Super Bowl halftime show twice. They were also invited to lead the celebration for the parade for Houston Astros 2017 World Series Championship right here through downtown Houston. You all give it up for the Texas Southern University Ocean of Soul.
Okay, and next we have City of Houston Chain to a Legacy float, created and constructed by Katie and Yo Limburger. This float honors founder of the Black Heritage Society and creator of this, the first MLK Day parade in the nation, the late Duncan Till, O.V. Duncan Till. He was a civil rights leader and visionary who passed away last October after leading a courageous life. He is a posthumous Grand Marshal this year. The tree represents the tree of life, which he has planted in 1983 as a tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King. He protested against the removal of its resulting in its current site, which is at McGregor Park. Riding on the float are the Black Heritage Society board members. We should have Sandra Hines, Mr. Vital Willard. We should have Sal Thomas. We should have Maria Jackson, Thelma Scott, Helen Johnson. Wonderful, wonderful, beautiful, awesome float. Next, we have the state and federal elected officials. Senator Boris Miles, the hardest working senator I know. Jarvis Johnson. Awesome, awesome float. Thank you so much. And the wonderful staff, Camille Foster.
All right, now the City Seal train, featuring this train right here representing Houston's history of serving as a railroad hub for many, many years. As the train rolls through downtown Houston this morning, the Lone Star is on the seal, a symbol of the newborn nation of the West. Of course, riding on the float this morning are Houston City Council members and also other local elected officials.
Wow, isn't it a gorgeous float? That's a gorgeous float. The City of Houston. I see Amanda Edwards and Martha Tatum.
There we go.
All right, all right. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. You look wonderful. Aaron Putnam of Metro.
All right, you all give it up for Cypress Springs High School rolling through this morning. Established in 1997, of course, Cypress Springs High School is determined to equip their students with the tools they need for academic, personal, and social achievement. They have brought this morning their cheerleaders, band, and also their steppers. You all give it up for Cypress Springs High School.
See the fire department, buddy. Okay, we have City of Houston Fire Department. Awesome. Followed by the Houston Police Department. And next we're expecting our beloved HEB. Oh, okay.
Actually, it seems like we still have some of the high school students from Cypress Springs High still rolling through. They're coming, I promise. The steppers. All right, right. And we're talking about this morning, how it's a great morning for a parade. I thought it was going to be a little colder, but this is bearable out here.
I'm actually excited. I was worried about that. I says, oh, are we going to be sitting in a box or something? Because this morning the news said 32 degrees, and I'm not a cold-natured person, so I'm so glad and thankful that it's warmed up here, so it's looking great.
All right, welcome them to center stage, Cypress Springs High School, their step team. You all give them a big round of applause. Now, this is one group that they will not be cold this morning because they have been constantly moving and will be constantly moving as they stroll here through downtown Houston for the parade this morning.
And they look very excited of being able to participate in this parade, so thank you again, Cypress, for coming out. Here we go, HEB.
Here we are, HEB.
Our beloved
We
Texas
all know
grocery
HEB.
store opened their first store in November of 1905 and now have over 350 stores. HEB is a proud recipient of the 2018 Forbes America's Best Employers for Diversity Award and the Ruderman Best in Business Award. HEB leads with service, heart, drive, innovation, and commitment. They are returning sponsors for this year's parade. They have 50 walkers in today's parade. Look at their shopping cart. Isn't that awesome?
I need that shopping cart. That's the biggest shopping cart I've ever seen. You can fit a lot of groceries in there. All right, coming up next here is the Communication Workers of America, the Transportation Workers Union there. They founded back in 1934. They represent nearly 140,000 members across the airline, railroad, transit, universities, utilities, and services, and also gaming sectors. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. addressed the group in their convention back in 1961, and the union also marched with Dr. King in Selma in 1965. Today, the Transport Workers Union of America walked with 100 walkers this morning.
And now we have Communication Workers of America with Claude Cummings and his group. They're the largest communications and media labor union in the United States. They represent 700,000 workers in private and public sector employment. Today, they have 50 walkers in the parade. Then we have AT&T Foundation. They have been working to strengthen and support diverse communications for over 27 years. AT&T is walking proudly with 50 walkers. That's Metro.
All right, we got a Metro bus rolling through here too with us this morning. Yeah, they are all together here with the union, the Transportation Workers Union here this morning. And also coming up next, the Houston Federation of Teachers joining us this morning. Now, this organization has 65,000 members, over 65,000 members, and we're talking about statewide. They represent the men and women who work to make our schools work and believe in democracy and education. And education for democracy. So you all give it up this morning for the Houston Federation of Teachers.
That's still them. Are they some steppers, ROTC?
That was Cyber, ROTC, and Steppers. That was the group already, right? That came through. Okay. Okay. Is this the International Longshoremen's Union? No, that's still Federation. And they've got a lot of folks marching here this morning with the Teachers Federation.
I see, and they're very excited to be in the community parade here. I see they have little bitty kids out here. It looks like he's about 5 years old marching with his mom. So this is awesome to get the young children involved because they are our future. Yeah, it's just quite a bit of them. We're grateful. Okay, I see we have Letitia Plummer coming through here. An awesome dentist. If you need dentist service, please reach out to dentist Dr. Letitia Plummer.
All right, please welcome here to downtown Houston. We hear them. Rice Mob, originally formed by 12 students back in 1916. The band now walking with about 50 members this morning. They play primarily classic rock and roll pieces, though blues, swing, funk, classical, and other styles are featured on various occasions. You all please welcome the Rice Mob this morning.
Wow, they sound awesome. They sound awesome. Flute, clarinets. Okay, we have Beauvier Washington High School and band. Wow, those young ladies look wonderful.
Booker T, look at Booker T. All right, you all give it up for Booker T, Washington band this morning. High school band, you all give it up for them as they make their way here through downtown Houston.
People have just jumped in here. People have just jumped in here. People have just jumped in here. Jumped in where?
All right, you see the dancers here, and the band is making its way.
Now we have approaching Westfield High School, Army, ROTC. Wow, they look lovely in their black, white, and red uniforms. We want to thank the ROTC young people for stepping up to the plate. Congratulations.
All right, coming up next, Windsor Village. Their Vanguard Magnet. Give it up for them as they stroll here through downtown Houston.
These young people look lovely. They look great in their black, red, and white uniforms.
Now, the mission of the Windsor Village Elementary School is to develop a positive learning community. They aim to provide a stimulating environment that fosters a love of learning, promotes independent learners, and produces responsible citizens and also interacts with the community, as you see they are doing this morning here.
Okay, and now we have Hope Local Union.
The SEIU Texas, they unite janitors, food services, workers, hospital employees, and also county municipal employees from all across the state of Texas. They're using their voice, speaking with one voice to win improvements at work and in our communities.
Oh, okay.
Y'all give it up for HOPE, Houston Organization of Public Employees, the Local 123. All right, give it up also for the people working hard to keep Houston clean, our solid waste.
Yes, working to make Houston a cleaner, greener place to live. The fourth largest municipal solid waste operation in the nation and the largest in southern United States. These trucks and those marching with them symbolize the striking sanitation workers of Memphis, Tennessee. It was in support of their strike for better working conditions that Dr. King made his faithful trip to Memphis on in April 1968. Let's give it up for the Solid Waste Organization. April 4th, 1968, you can see in Memphis. April 4th. I hope you all realize the significance of April 4th, 1968 in Memphis, Tennessee.
And we see a lot of the floats having that sign commemorating that special date, April 4th, 1968 there in Memphis. All right, and coming up behind them, take a look at the 100 there, the 1,000 Men Empowerment Group. This is a nonprofit organization, and the group assists veterans, men, women, and youth in transition. The group's mission is to move forward towards molding, reshaping, and restructuring the minds of individuals all across this nation and around the world. You all give it up for the 1,000 Men Empowerment Group there.
Awesome. They look wonderful. They look wonderful. Tom Peacock, we're giving you a shout out. Thanks so much for joining us in this great 41st parade of the Black Heritage Society in the city of Houston. Thank you so much. Yes, United We Stand. The young gentleman is holding a poster. United We Stand. All right.
All right, we got a little bit of the Battle of the Bands here. We heard from Texas Southern, Ocean of the Soul earlier, and now we want to welcome Prairie View A&M University Marching Storm. Give it up for them.
Yes, give it up. Look at those yellow, blue, and white uniforms from Prairie View, Texas. The Marching Storm has been marching for more than 80 years. Their many achievements include the Super Bowl 45 halftime show with Black Eyed Peas and Usher, and the 2014 season opening game for the Dallas Cowboys. Give it up for Prairie View A&M. What an awesome band! What an awesome band! Prairie View is surely showing out here.
All right, you all give it up for the marching storm of Prairie View A&M University.
They showed up and showed out.
All right, coming up next here as we march right along. Citgo, the Citgo float coming up next here, rolling through downtown. A great morning for a parade, though. We were talking about that. Almost perfect weather. Uh-oh, uh-oh.
Oh, Chauncey, I'm just excited. I mean, look at this band, Prairie View. They want to continue. They want to show it out.
All right.
We're going to have to go with a battle of the bands next because they are showing up and showing out here.
I think you can do. I think you can get down with them.
Oh, well, you know what? I used to play the bassoon years ago, but I don't think that's an instrument that can top this.
Uh-oh.
All right, Prairie View.
Prairie View said, we ain't done yet.
Prairie View in the house. Prairie View in the house. They say we came quite a long way, so we're going to make sure that we show up and show out. All right, Prairie View, you're looking good, looking good.
Every time I see, and hear college bands, it takes me back, to my college days.
Yes, indeed.
Then I have to remind myself, okay, you're too old now for all that.
I went to the University of Wisconsin, so they would have to come a long way to come and participate in this band.
Oh, two different styles there, if
yes,
you will.
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
All right, rolling right along here. Next is the Citgo float.
Citgo is a great sponsor. They provide a lot of scholarships to our young people.
That's right. They believe in efficiently and reliably providing energy that fuels society's economies and also improves our quality of life. They're committed to safeguarding the environment we all share today and for generations to come.
And they have worked solely and hard-heartedly with the Black Heritage Society over many, many, many years. So again, we want to give a special shout out to Citgo for all of their help and support to the Black Heritage Society organization in the past, and we're looking forward to doing more with them in the future.
And once again, this morning, serving as one of our sponsors for this year's parade.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Special shout out to Masood. He does so much for the Black Heritage with Citgo.
All right, there we go. Longshoreman Local 24 out of Pasadena, hitting people with candy and throwing the candy at us this morning.
All the way from Pasadena, Texas.
Longshoreman Local 24 out of Pasadena. All right, the Texas Youth Academy there coming through.
Oh, look at the little bitty, beautiful young lady in the front there. She could be more than 3 or 4 years old. This is an awesome experience for her.
All right, here we go. The Marching Thunder. Murphy's Marching Thunder's commitment to the community is to be a truly principled and dedicated community of learners as well as musicians. You all give it up for Calvin Murphy's Marching Thunder.
Yes, Calvin Murphy have supported Black Heritage Society for many years over the past, so we're glad that they have joined us again in this 41st MLK Parade today. as we promised you guys, a wonderful parade, and I can say myself, I'm very excited and happy to make good on their promise because we are having an awesome time. Wouldn't you say, Chauncey?
I know, and look at the little kids though, training them up as they're young.
Yes,
They're
indeed. They
beating
are
on
our
their little
future.
drums there. All right, coming up here next, rolling through downtown Houston for this year's MLK Parade, Matey Creek High School making their way here to center stage.
All right, we see the Rams. We see the Rams approaching here. All right, Matey Creek High School, you're looking great in your green and white uniform. Awesome. Look at the mascot here. Look at this mascot here. Awesome. Katy, Texas. They came all the way from Katy, Texas.
All right, now look at here. We got the HPD Mounted Patrol. It's a part of the Strategic Operations, Homeland Security Command, and Special Operations Division. They provided crowd control in many diverse situations, including the 2004 Major League Baseball All-Star Game, 2005, and the 2017 World Series, and Super Bowls 38 and 51. Love seeing the Mounted Patrol here from HPD.
Chauncey, I'm a little partial to the Mounted Patrol because I have horses myself, so I love horses, and I'm so glad of the work that they do on foot, on horse, and in vehicle. Again, now we have Houston Police.
All right, coming up next, please welcome the Houston Area Urban League. It's the nation's oldest and largest community-based movement devoted to empowering African Americans to enter the economic and social mainstream. The mission is to enable African Americans and other minorities to secure economic self-reliance, parity, power, and also civil rights.
And again, we thank the Houston Urban League for all that they have done for the city of Houston.
Now, hopefully this next group brought us some breakfast. Y'all got some chicken minis or y'all can throw over here or something. Y'all give it up for Chick-fil-A.
Yay, Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A in the house. They are an awesome organization because they donate to so many causes and so many organizations. So we're so grateful and thankful for Chick-fil-A for participating.
All right. All right, we hear them, we see them. You all give it up for Urban Radio 1 rolling through here this morning.
Woo! 97.1 the box. 92.1 in the house.
All right, we see
Magic
you there.
102 in the house. All right, they jamming, Chauncey, they jamming.
And that's my song. I love that song
Yes,
too.
indeed,
You know,
yes,
I'm old
indeed.
school.
All right, keep it live, 102.
All right. And of course, can't forget 97.9 the box here, all from Radio 1, strolling through downtown Houston this morning, getting us with some good old school classics.
Oh, yeah, they told me they were going to turn it up. I seen them on the street. They said, we're going to turn it up in this parade. So thank you, 97.9 and 102.
I see our cameras right there. Anthony, you get the gentleman right there. He's just right there. He's grooving over there.
Keep jamming, keep jamming. Oh, look at him. Ain't he? Oh, they dancing, They got it going on, 97.9.
All right, we see you, Chris. We see you there.
All righty, all right.
KJ Smooth there. All right, and one of their newest stations here, 92.1, of course, they're rolling through. Hey, sir, you're jamming, man, you're jamming.
All right, 92.1 in the house, 92.1 Radio Houston.
Okay,
102 in the house, 102. All right, you guys looking good there. Chauncey, what do you think about the parade so far?
Oh, man, it has been great. You know, we have some great bands here starting us off, getting some good music, and everyone's so excited. Once again, the 41st Annual MLK Day Parade, and we want to introduce this next float here. It's called Keeping the Dream Alive. This float symbolizes Dr. King's dream of unity between people of all races, religions, and beliefs. riding are representatives of the many religions and faiths here in the Houston area. You all give it up for the Keeping the Dream Alive float there.
Yes, a lot of great representatives for the city of Houston.
Yeah,
And
see
thank you
Reverend
all
Lawson,
so much.
Reverend Lawson on there.
Oh,
You know,
you know,
talking
he's a
about
legend in
one of-
itself.
right,
Reverend
yeah.
Lawson is a legend in
Yeah.
itself. So,
Talking about one of Houston's
hello,
great
Reverend
iconic
Lawson.
leaders. I
This
see
is your
Bishop
homegirl
Dixon there.
Diana from St.
Bishop.
Louis. Reverend Lawson, God bless you. Thanks so much for being with us this morning.
All right, these are folks from Keeping the Dream Alive float
Yes, you know,
there.
he makes a sacrifice to go to everything he can.
Yeah, he does.
He's a great guy, legacy in itself.
All right, now strolling through, helping to keep us safe here in Harris County, the Harris County Sheriff's Office and Sheriff Ed Gonzalez. The mission, of course, to enhance the safety and protect the trust of the citizens of Harris County by enforcing the law with integrity and professionalism. Sheriff Ed Gonzalez, a lifelong Houstonian, was elected back on November 8th, 2016. The sheriff is sharing his float today with the leaders of faith representing the dream of unity for all people. You all give it up for Harris County Sheriff's Office and Sheriff Ed Gonzalez.
And he does a wonderful job. Thank you so much, Sheriff Ed Gonzalez. Thank you so much for a wonderful
There you go.
job.
How you doing, Sheriff?
We're very proud of you. Very proud of you. All right, look at that awesome vehicle there.
All right, and also a little fun fact about this high water vehicle. This was used during Hurricane Harvey for a lot of those rescues to get those folks out of their homes. All right, the MLK STEM, there, the MLK Center there, strolling through with a few of its members. Good morning, y'all. All right, Oak Grove Baptist Church here, strolling through for the 41st Annual MLK
And
Parade
Chelsea, I just
here.
want to thank all of the HPD Harris County staff for what they do for this community, keeping us safe. I really want to thank all of the police department and the fire department.
All right, and we're going to stay right there in 3rd Ward. We're going to stay right here, and at this time, please welcoming the Jack Yates High School Band. You all give it up for them.
Jack Yates, Senator Boris Miles' alma mater. Jack Yates High School. That red and yellow and white looks awesome. These young people are really performing. Thank you guys so much. And we know you guys going to show up and show out as well. You know, Chauncey, these young people are our future. We're so glad to engage them in this great, ionic 41st parade today. We're trusting and believing that their coordinators have told them the significance of this very, very special parade, and we're looking forward to them coming back year after year.
They were established back in 1926 as the second school of color in the city of Houston, named after, of course, the Reverend Jack Yates. About 75 band members playing here. You all give it up for Jack Yates High School Marching Band.
All right, and now we have none other than KSBJ, NGEN Radio, authentic Christian radio station, plays pop and hip hop. Don't shy away from the tough topics and embrace music-loving Houstonians seeking to grow their faith and do more for their world. Thank you so much for participating.
And they also partnered with ABC 13 back in August for our Operation Backpack.
Oh, wow. We have
which was a great-
89.3 God Listens. Thank you all.
All right, we got the tumblers here, tumbling here down Smith.
Yeah, we want these young people to shine. This is about them.
What's their name?
This is what the struggle has been about for all of our young people, everyone, to be
Lit. I
represented
see
and
they call
inclusive
themselves
in
Lit.
America. We have a church here, Prayer and Deliverance Church. All right. Black Heritage Society symbol. That's the Black Heritage Society logo. Thank you so much for representing. Black Heritage Society is the parade host. Yeah. And we know that Black Heritage Society is the parade host, so please reach out to them. Look at their website, blackheritagesociety.org. Please reach out. They have membership all year round. Don't just be a stranger. Don't just come out just doing the parade. They do so many other things. Please look at the website for Black Heritage Society, who have hosted this parade for 41 years.
All right, strolling through here on Smith, Houston Dance Tsunami.
They got it going on. They sounding good.
Encourage a non-competitive spirit and common love for the gift of dance amongst diverse groups, cultures, and genres. Multicultural, multi-generational expression of praise, worship, and various forms of expression.
I like that music, Chauncey. I like that music. They got some really colorful flags and logos here. Got a lot of soul in their step, too.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead, old ladies.
Uh-oh.
Y'all rocking it. Y'all rocking it. I don't think I can move like that, Chauncey. Oh, look at none other than Stacey Harrell. I should have known. Stacey Harrell. She supported the Black Heritage year after year after year. She's a very talented young lady, and I can see what her band is doing. Go ahead, Stacey Harrell Johnson. Go ahead. Oh, what a colorful looking group of young ladies. And the little young children here too.
Oh, that's right. You all give it up for the little kiddos there.
Again,
Give it up
guys,
for
this is
them.
their future. This is their future. It's so important to engage our young people.
Coming up next, the Fellowship of Purpose Church. Here walking through downtown Houston. The Fellowship of Purpose Church. Amen.
How true. Speak love, life. Speak truth. I tell you, I'm very, very still excited about this wonderful day today. Okay, Path to Freedom. Path to Freedom. And they are a part of St. John's Foundation downtown. You guys know St. John do quite a bit for the community. You know, they feed the hungry and they just help assist people that are on the streets. We have to always be thankful and give donations to St. John's. I'm sure they could use some donations. Okay.
All right. No. All right. Okay, all right. Here we go. We have Bread of Life, St. John's. Once again, their vision is to end homelessness and improve the quality of life of people in need. Their mission is to sustain, equip, and transform those in poverty and below to moderate income communities with compassion and dignity. That was Bread of Life from St. John's.
All right. The president of the Corvette Club. You know these Corvettes be looking good. It's a whole slew of them, but they all shining and they are representing us well. They have participated with Black Heritage for many, many, many years. Mr. O.V. Duncantail have always reached out to them and they've always responded back in a very, very favorable way. So again, we want to thank the Corvette Club for joining us in our 41st parade. What's your favorite color Corvette, Chauncey?
If I had to get a Corvette, I probably would get I don't know, probably I like the white one, although I don't like white cars. I like the white Corvette there.
Well, those frames are looking good.
Yeah.
I'm sure those wheels probably cost a good $1,000 a piece, but they all are looking awesome. Every last color, whether you see black, red, this one is maroonish or purplish looking, they're all looking very good.
And, you know, talk about the work. There is a lot of work, a lot of partnerships, a lot of behind-the-scenes work that goes into making sure a parade like this goes off without a hitch. Talk about that.
Well, you know, I have to give props to Sylvester Brown, who have worked tirelessly day and night for year after year. I mean, you know, he has done so much to keep Mr. O.V. Duncantail Dream alive. When Mr. Duncantail was alive, they were together from the waist for 18 years, and he wanted to make sure that he would look after Mr. Duncan's son and just carry out Mr. Duncan's legacy. So again, we're very thankful to Sylvester Brown and all the Black Heritage Society organization members. We have even Kenyatta here who's done photography for the Black Heritage for many, many years. We want to reach out and say thank you for what you've done. We have so many others, Black Heritage. We have their board members that have reached out and done so much for Black Heritage Society organization. We have, again, they have a vital board member of at least 9 board members that have worked tirelessly. We have Barry Thompson, who's been a part of board of Black Heritage Society. Janice Francis, she's been a part of Black Heritage Society. We have Cody, been a part of Black Heritage Society. I'm gonna get in trouble if I miss anybody. We have Minister Robert Muhammad, who's like Mr. Duncan's right-hand man. He's been a part of the parade and a part of everything. Jelana Joe Jones been a part of the parade year after year.
That's one thing. There's no shortage of Corvettes here this morning. They came out in full force here. All right, you see St. Paul Missionary Baptist Church there. We see you, Reverend, rolling down here through downtown Houston on Smith. There we go. All right. Now we're going to go over to 5th Ward right quick. And at this time, please welcome the Wheatley High School Marching Band. Councilmember Davis, good morning. How you doing?
All right, thank you, Jerry, Councilman, for all you do. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is a list in alphabetical order right here, so Wheatley is not on here either.
They just showed up.
Oh, what a nice flow for Councilmember Jerry Davis. Very nice flow. Welcome, welcome.
All right, now please welcome the Living Fountain of Youth and Senior Services.
Wow, what some awesome uniforms.
Okay.
Great performances. Nice uniform, you ladies. These young ladies from the Fountain of Youth, they look so lovely. They look so wonderful. Thank you so much for participating. Look at these young people. They are our future. It's so important to engage them early so they can prepare better for the future.
And to the Black Heritage Society, this is not the only, a project that you all have. You all do so much here in our community throughout the year.
Well, they actually give scholarships to students. Everyone must go over to McGregor Park to visit the MLK Memorial Plaza over there. It's so much information that one can obtain and learn with the plaques that are in the park. We also have a statue of Martin Luther King Jr. in the park, thanks to none other than Ben Hall Law Firm. So all year round, the Black Heritage Society is either trying to fight for some kind of civil rights justice, because Mr. Duncan was a soldier. He was a soldier, and he was fighting while he was asleep, because he constantly trying to be proactive year-round and every day. So, again, the Black Heritage Society, they're always out there doing great things. And, again, this is one of their most momentous things is a parade, but they're doing great things all year round.
All right. North Forest High School strolling through downtown Houston. You all give it up for them. North Forest High School, the Marching Bulldog Band. Home of the Bulldogs here. The mission of North Forest High School is to prepare students academically and socially for life in college and or in the workplace. Give it up for the Bulldogs of North Forest High School.
And Chauncey, you know that's very important for our young people to be prepared for the future because, again, it's going to affect them, decisions that are made today. So it's awesome when schools prepare their young people for the road ahead. This is another great band showing up and showing out.
All right, here we see Harris County Precinct 1 and Commissioner Ellis. Commissioner Ellis believes the role of government is to guarantee that everyone has the opportunity and the ability to build a better future for themselves. Precinct 1's vision is that of providing quality and accessible county services to those within Precinct 1. You all give it up for Harris County Precinct 1 Commissioner Ellis.
We like his bus here. It's got, again, a picture of Reverend Bill Lawson on there.
Yeah, we remember when they unveiled that. All right, coming up next, the Department of Commerce and U.S. Census Bureau strolling through. Their mission is to serve as the nation's leading provider of quality data about its people and also about the economy.
And also talking about Commissioner Rodney Ellis, you know, he actually took the place of the late L. Franco Lee. And so we had a special election for him, and then none other than Senator Boris Miles was elected to replace Senator Rodney Ellis' position, which covers Senate District 13 from 5th Ward all the way through Fort Bend County.
As we see Houston Ladder 46 right quick. The Houston Fire Department rolling through. Of course, the brave men and women running towards the flames to keep us safe. Houston Fire, also their high water rescue vehicles. We know these were very instrumental during Hurricane Harvey.
Oh yeah, we can't thank them enough. They sacrificed, some of them even at their own lives, and you know, they left their families to come out and rescue people that were trapped in the hurricane. So we're so grateful to the Houston firefighters, the high water rescue. Thank you again for all that you do for the great city of Houston, Texas.
And you know, it's so good to see a lot of children out here. You said it earlier with some of the participants understanding that literally they are Dr. King's dream, and you know, the future is there. So good to see a lot of parents. And even I met a teacher who had brought some of her students out here this morning. But good to see a lot of the young folk here this morning.
Indeed. And we're so grateful to my good friend, Commissioner Adrian Garcia. Adrian Garcia, we're thankful for all that he has done in the community. He has represented us very well. Thanks again, Commissioner Adrian Garcia.
Of course, he's the former sheriff. He was elected as the Harris County Commissioner for Precinct 2 just this past fall. He's a lifelong member of the Precinct 2 community and has a 35-year career in public service that began as a Houston police officer. And right behind him, you see the Robert Frost Elementary School there. They're cheerleaders, named after, of course, the poet Robert L. Frost. This is an HISD and a chapter Girl Scouts here of the San Jacinto Council. Girl Scouts, of course, make up 2.6 million strong. They build girls of courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place. They have about, get this, 300 walkers here walking in the MLK Day Parade.
Wow, that's awesome. And you know, they do so much. You know, that's why I really try to support them and buy their cookies, because again, it's building so much self-esteem and courage and braveness in our young people, and that's so important.
Yeah, all right. Look, you think one of them got some Thin Mints or something they can throw our way?
It would be nice. I love the chocolate mint cookies.
You know, it
That's
is
what I
about
love.
that time. The Girl Scout cookie sales have already begun. So
Yes, indeed.
please make sure you go out and support a Girl Scout there.
Yes, indeed.
And they have about, once again, more than 300 walkers here walking in downtown Houston this morning.
And you know the young people, they love when the adults support them. So please reach out and let them know that they're doing a wonderful service.
All right, all right. Yeah. All right, now this, of course, Constable, is no stranger to us. Constable for Precinct 1, Constable Alan Rosen. You all give it up for him. We see you, Constable.
Yes,
Riding
indeed.
high.
He does so much across the board. Thank you so much, my good friend, Alan Rosen. So good to see you.
Constable Rosen.
Yes. All right.
Good
Good
to see you.
Good to see you. All right. Thank you so much.
Uh-oh, we see you there.
Constable,
Harris
yes,
County there.
yes. That's right. All right, Kathy Griffin. Kathy Griffin. You're doing it, girl. Liven it up. You're doing it, girl. Yeah, she's a strong advocate for women, abused women. So thank you so much, Kathy, for what you're doing for our young women.
And you know, one thing I like about the constable, his posse, if you will, he always rolls deep. He has so many friends, so many community partners, as we see here today, as they have joined them here for this morning's MLK Day Parade. These are all friends, and you see young people and different programs and organizations all supported through Precinct 1 and Constable Alan Rosen.
Yeah, they are loved across the board. Thank you so much again,
Also joining us here this morning is Houston Forward Times. Give it up for them. They were founded back in January of 1960 under the leadership of the late founder and publisher Julius P. Carter. Mr. Carter founded the Houston Forward Times as a means of uniting the African-American community in Houston to overcome the obstacles faced during the Civil Rights era.
And we also have Jeffrey Boney, who's a city councilman in Missouri City. Welcome, Jeffrey Boney, for joining in our parade. I love this vehicle. Whoever it is, I love that vehicle.
All right, check out the slingshots here this morning. Strolling through downtown Houston in style.
I don't know, Chauncey. Now I gotta compare between the Corvettes and these slingshots, because I'm feeling these slingshots.
I think I'm going to take the slingshot.
Oh,
You can have the Corvette.
yeah,
These are too cool right
They're
here.
looking good.
Too cool for school, the slingshots. Riding in style here through downtown Houston at the 41st Annual MLK Day Parade. Good morning, friends, and thanks for being with us. It is a great morning here in downtown Houston. We have more than 170 participants in this parade this morning.
Well, you know, that was our goal, to make this the largest parade ever recorded. And again, we're thankful to the city of Houston for partnering along with us to accomplish that goal. Chauncey, I'm just still excited. If I had my choice, I don't know, I think I would be in one of those slingshot vehicles.
Yeah, I'll take a slingshot too.
Okay. Again, we even have Ebony Davis. She's always supported the Black Heritage Society as well. Thank you, Ebony, for what you do. The ninja slingshot. Oh my goodness, Chauncey, look at this white one. I
Ooh,
think
that's
that's gotta be
smooth
the
right
best
there.
one. Oh my goodness. They have a slew of cars just like the Corvette Club, but I have to admit, they are looking awesome. The slingshots, you're looking good. I mean, each and every one of them are looking good, but I think I'm partial to that white one, but each one of them are looking good.
All right, and if you're tuning into our online coverage here at abc13.com, we are streaming live the 41st Annual MLK Day Parade here, strolling through downtown Houston, right here along Smith. We are here at Smith and McKinney. I'm ABC 13's Chauncey Glover here alongside my co-host this morning.
Yes, I'm Diana Waters again, and I have to give kudos to my boss, Senator Boris Miles, for all that he does. He works with the Black Heritage Society organization all the time. He donates to them to keep the organization running. And again, we just want to give shout out to Mr. O.B. Duncantail in his passing. We know he's looking down upon us right now.
And just a brief history while we allow these sling shots right through. A brief history about the parade and the organization. This was the first MLK Day parade in the country and has been sanctioned by the family of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I bet you didn't know that. Of course, we're talking about back in 1974, Mr. Duncantail creating and became the founder and executive director here of the Black Heritage Society. And on January 21st, back in 1978, under the leadership of Mr. Duncantail, the Black Heritage Society historically established the first ever MLK Day birthday parade celebration here in the United States. And of course, the father, you were talking about this earlier, the father of Dr. King, Reverend Martin Luther King, Daddy King, as some people call them, served as the parade's first Grand Marshal and a special guest. And that was back in 1978.
Yes, indeed. He actually met with Mr. Duncantail, Daddy King, as they call him. He met with Mr. Duncantail, and he asked him to plant a tree in honor of his son. And Mr. Duncantail did that in 1983 over on South Park, which is now known as MLK Jr. Boulevard. So again, this is nothing new here. This history goes way back a long way.
It does. And over 33 years later, after the planting of the oak tree, now known as the Tree of Life, the city of Houston began work on a future railway project adjacent to the location of what is now the Houston MLK Jr. Memorial Plaza. Now, under this Houston City Council's resolution, their Black Heritage Society was successful in negotiating what is now known as the Houston MLK Jr. Memorial Plaza there at McGregor Park, and is curated by the Black Heritage Society's MLK Jr. Memorial Project Fund. So just a little history lesson there, but how cool is that when this parade started years and years ago, back in 1978, the first Grand Marshal, the first special guest, was Martin Luther King Jr.'s father himself.
It's really ironic, and you know, it goes back, we talk about that tree, the Tree of Life, that Mr. O.B. Duncantail chained himself to, because Metro needed to put the rail system down MLK, and Mr. Duncantail was like, not over my dead body. So he actually was instrumental in working with Metro to get the tree implanted over at McGregor Park. So they did a beautiful job.
We got to give it up here. That's my church, Wheeler Avenue Baptist Church, Cub Scout Pack 242, rolling through downtown. Good morning, good morning.
All right, we gave shout out to the Girl Scouts, and now we're giving shout out to the Boy Scouts. You guys are looking awesome, and again, thank you all for what you do for the organization.
And a lot of Eagle Scouts are just made too with that
Yes, indeed.
troop
yes,
there. So
indeed.
congrats to them.
We have Mike Engelhardt. Okay.
All right. Now, you know, we've seen a lot of good bands, and we've heard a lot of good bands. And we're going to keep that going here this morning at the 41st Annual MLK Day Parade here in the great city of Houston, downtown. And now we want to welcome, we're just going to go up the street here a little bit and welcome the University of Houston. You all give them a big round of applause.
Wow, what an awesome float. University of Houston, Houston Alumni Association. You guys are looking great.
See some of the men there on the football team there. Well, University of Houston offers an artistic environment in which to learn, grow, and make lifelong friends. That's what they believe in over there at the University of Houston. This morning, they have more than 300 students and faculty members participating in this morning's parade.
Yes, University of Houston, they out here strong. They out here strong, and all of their attire, they're looking good. They look excited and happy to be a part of this 41st parade. All right, now here comes this band. Let's see what they got to offer. We've had some pretty good bands so far at Thonsey. Let's see what they got to offer.
All right, you hear them there yelling, "Go Cougs." Y'all give it up for the University of Houston marching band.
I have to admit, they looking good. They looking good.
The Spirit of Houston.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We want to thank them for always partnering up with the Black Heritage Society organization and our bands. I tell you, we're going to have an awesome parade from here on out, the 42nd, 43rd, 44th, and so forth. They showing out too. They showing out strong. University of Houston.
All right, right behind U of H, please welcome Hastings High School this morning. Hastings High School over in A-Leaf. Now moving on to March of Our Lives. Last year, this organization constructed millions coming together for the largest global protest in history to remind the world that young people have the power to drive real change. The students you see here today are marching to help and end senseless gun violence. 300 students marching here today in the March of Our Lives group.
All right, we got none other than Robert Muhammad. You know he's done so many great things for the Black Heritage Society organization along with Mr. O.B. Duncantel. Thank you, Minister Robert Muhammad, and your whole entire entourage for what you do for the organization.
You see the ACLU also strolling here through downtown Houston for this morning's MLK Day Parade. Of course, the ACLU of Texas, the leading civil rights organization in the Lone Star State, since their formation in 1938, they have worked in the courts and the legislature and through public education to protect civil rights and individual liberty. Now we have the Houston Peace and Justice Center there. A few of them represented here this morning. Their mission is to provide networks and resources for organizations and individuals to advance peace and social justice throughout Houston. A majority of Houston's religious institutions and social action agencies will look to HPJC to help fulfill their obligations to create a just, nonviolent world.
And we want to thank them for what they do. Along with, I mentioned earlier some of the board members. We had former board members. Obadiah was a board member of Black Heritage Society. Esther King and Zen and the Palestinians. They have really worked with O.V. Duncantel in past parades.
All right, next, Ally Houston. Please welcome them to the parade this year as they're strolling down Smith here in downtown Houston. They have over 20 representatives walking in the parade this morning. And there you see there the Texas Death Penalty Abolition Movement, a statewide grassroots advocacy organization working to end the death penalty. It has more than 11,000 members and supporters. All right, please at this time welcome to downtown Houston for the MLK Day Parade this morning, Lamar Fleming Middle School. Give it up for them.
All right, Clemens Middle School, you guys are looking awesome in your red and white uniforms. Thank you so much for participating.
All right, we want to welcome CARE Houston.
We have, again, a CARE of Houston, a chapter of the Council of the American Islamic Relations. CARE, a nonprofit grassroots civil rights and advocacy organization. CARE is America's largest Muslim civil liberties organization with affiliate offices nationwide. Thank you so much, CARE. We also have Ms. Tarsha Jackson. Ms. Jackson is an activist for criminal justice reform. Thank you, Ms. Jackson.
And behind her, the Texas Organizing Project. The organization organizes Black and Latino communities in Dallas, Harris, and Bexar counties, Bexar counties, with the goal of transforming Texas into a state where working people of color have the power and the representation they deserve. The organization provides Texans the opportunity to implement real change, they say. That's the Texas Organizing Project.
You think so? Were you going to?
All right, we're at the halfway point here for the 41st Annual MLK Day Parade. Here rolling down downtown Houston. How y'all doing this morning? Y'all enjoying yourself? We're going to talk to folks in the audience. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, and you, sir?
I'm good. What do you think about the parade so far?
I'm enjoying it. It's lovely. It's lovely.
What's been your favorite so far?
My favorite when I saw the ministers going on their thing. I like that because I know most of them.
All right, here strolling through downtown Houston, Houston Community College. Give it up for them. They have about 75 people participating this morning for this morning's parade as they are handing out theirs.
We certainly want to give a special shout out to HCC. They do so much for the community. Senior citizens 75 years and older can go to take classes at HCC for free. If you're 65 and older, you pay half price. Again, we want to give a special shout out to HCC community for all that they do.
All right, please at this time welcome HISD strolling here through downtown Houston. Of course, the largest public school system here in the state of Texas and the 7th largest in the United States. It serves approximately 215,000 students at 283 campuses and is one of the largest employers here in Houston with about 29,000 team members. You all give it up for HISD.
All right, HISD in the house.
And right behind them at this time, welcome Rhodes School for the Performing Arts. Of course, it's a fine arts magnet school of distinction. So give it up for them as they come here to center stage here in downtown Houston this morning.
All right, Rhodes School of Performing Arts, and aren't they performing? They are looking good. Got a lot of young people, I mean little bitty young people in this parade, so what a great job. These young ladies look so wonderful. All right, a great band. I tell you, I just love to see these young people, Chauncey. I just love to see these young people participating. They number 79. All right, now we got Greater Houston Fair Housing. All right, Greater Houston Fair Housing Center. It's a nonprofit organization dedicated to the elimination of housing discrimination. Since 1999, the GHFHC has been a full-service, community-based organization providing housing discrimination services to metropolitan Houston area. right, they have their own little band here. Give it a shout out to this Houston Housing band here. These young ladies, they're looking quite awesome. Again, these young people, they are our future. We have to support our young people. Thank you so much, young ladies.
All right, pleased at this time welcome the Houston Jewish Alliance for Civil Rights. The organization is dedicated to fighting for justice and equality for all. Jewish Americans have long been dedicated to civil rights and marched arm in arm with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
As their logo says, teach peace, not hate.
All right, and right behind them is the National Congress of Black Women. It serves as a nonpartisan voice and instrument on issues pertaining to the appointment of African American women at all levels of the government. Currently, the organization provides opportunities for women for leadership and decision-making positions in government, nonprofit organizations, and also the private sector.
Okay, next up we have Chester Nimitz High School, a public secondary school made up of 2 campuses located in unincorporated Harris County. They have their ROTC joining with them. Wow, what an awesome group of young people. Thank you guys so much for participating with us. And this 41st annual Martin Luther King Jr. Parade hosted by none other than the Black Heritage Society organization.
All right, I see Noel Pinnock there with my brother's keeper. About 50 walkers here
Noel
walking
Pinnock.
this morning.
Shout out to
Good to
Noel
see you
Pinnock.
all.
Thank you so much.
All right, and right behind him, of course, is the My Brother's Keeper van there. Of course, they have a lot of programs
All right.
here in the city
Look
of
at this.
Houston geared towards
Awesome,
young
awesome.
people. And once again, you're watching the
My Brother
41st
Keeper.
annual MLK Day Parade here, strolling through downtown Houston. We are also streaming live on abc13.com, so if you have family or friends or co-workers who are not here this morning, tell them they can head to abc13.com right now. We are live streaming this parade. At this time, please welcome to downtown Houston, Madison High School.
All right, Madison, you're looking good in your red and white uniform. Madison High School.
Of course, Madison High School is a public high school located there off White Heather Drive in the Hiram Clark area. They're located in the Five Corners District, serves as the 9th through 12th grade, and is a part of HISD.
All right, another band here to show up and show out. Madison High School.
All right, at this time, please welcome A-Leaf Taylor High School. All the way from A-Leaf this morning, starting with their ROTC program here, representing the school.
What an organization. We have the NAACP.
And one of our radio partners here for the 41st annual MLK Day Parade at 90.9, that's KTSU there on the campus of Texas Southern University. See, we have the general manager here with us this morning. Good morning.
All right. NAACP, dedicated to ensuring the political, educational, social, and economic equality of rights of all persons and to eliminate race-based discrimination. Thank you so much, NAACP Houston branch.
All right, welcoming the NAACP Houston branch here. Of course, once again, dedicated to ensure political, educational, social, and economic equality of rights of all persons and eliminate race-based discrimination. All right, all right. United Airlines is in the house this morning. You all give it up for United Airlines. Every day, United Airlines helping unite the world by connecting people to the moments that matter most. And they are also a parade sponsor this year, so you got to give 2-3 claps to United this morning. Joining us for the 41st annual MLK Day Parade, strolling through downtown Houston. Once again, we're live streaming on ABC13.com. Glad to be here with you this morning. I'm your host, ABC 13's Chauncey Glover, here with my co-host
Diana Waters, and again, we are so excited. We are trying to make sure we make this is the #1 national parade for the 41st MLK Parade. Thanks to the City of Houston for joining in with Black Heritage Society organization. We are awesome. We're having a wonderful time. What about you, Chauncey? Are you enjoying yourself?
Yes, it has been great. It is a great morning for a parade. A little chilly, but we're bearing it. We've heard some great music for some great bands, and we're talking about more than 175 participants here this morning for the 41st annual MLK Day Parade.
Yes, and again, we might be almost halfway through, but we are still enjoying every moment of it. Again, we are live streaming on Channel 13. I hope you have your families at home recording this parade.
And once again, the Black Heritage Society here helping with this. This organization putting this together to talk about. I know there's a lot of behind the scenes work that goes to this, and you all work hard in making sure that this year we all came together for one big unified parade. Talk about that, Diane.
We actually started offering participants to come on board as early as January 22nd. We try to be proactive in getting organized for the next year. So again, you can be a part of this even next year. Tomorrow, you can just reach out to the organization to be a participant in the parade, in our 42nd annual MLK Parade. Again, there's so much. We have to get involved with vendors. We have to get involved with just participants, walkers. We have to do quite a bit. There's so much legwork in putting on a parade. And again, we are so grateful to the City of Houston for making it a little bit easy for us. So again, thank you, Mayor Turner, and all the City of Houston.
All right, we still see, we have United still rolling through. United, spirit of United there.
And I want to give a shout out to Matapa, who's been there with Mr. O.B. Duncatel. Brother Matapa, we want to thank you for what you've done with the Black Heritage Society organization. We know Mr. Duncatel loves you and said he couldn't be where he was without you. So thank you so much.
All right, please welcome here next Barnett School, the Southwest campus there. The 4 principles of their core beliefs here are high student achievement, safety, respect, and common decency is dedicated to excellence in all things. Today, they have about 100 walkers marching in this year's MLK Day Parade. You all give it up for Barnett School. All right, at this time, please welcome the Houston Texans YMCA here. The movement enables kids to realize their full potential, offers ways for families to have fun together, and also welcomes and embraces newcomers and help foster a nationwide service ethic. We're talking about the Houston Texans YMCA.
Wow, these are some very excited looking young people. Thank you so much for participating. Got a lot of little bitty young people in this part of the parade, so thank you again. We want every young person to understand about the legacy of not only the late Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, but also what Mr. O.B. Duncatel has done for them, ensuring that their future will be one that's fair and that they would have equity in their schools and just in the universe. We just hoping that these young people understand what it takes.
All right, see the YMCA there. All right, coming up next, Two Dimension Charter School. The goal of this school is to develop knowledgeable, reasoning, and lifelong learners through a dynamic and challenging educational program of excellence that will foster productive and responsive citizens. We're talking about the Two Dimension Charter School. Give it up for them this morning. Welcome them. And right behind them, strolling here through downtown Houston for the 41st annual MLK Day Parade, the Bookmobile, everybody. Houston Public Library, of course, is a vital member of a dynamic and diverse local, national, and global community. They're committed to achieving racial and social equity by contributing to a more just society in which all community members can realize their full potential.
And along with that, you young people, you know how important it is to pick up a book very, very, very early on. We have to make sure that all of our young people are literate when they go to school. So again, read, 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 youth. I know, that's right. I think we'll have some donuts and kolache or something. I'm telling you.
All right, please at this time welcome the Schiller Institute, representing here this morning in the 41st annual MLK Day Parade. They're leading the fight to replace the geopolitical order in the world with a new paradigm based on mutual respect. The organization operates on the belief that art and science are both founded on universal principles. And hello, Metro. Good morning and welcome.
Metro is very instrumental in this. They've worked with Mr. O.V. Dunketill, the Black Heritage Society, for many, many, many years. Thank you, Metro.
Yeah, see Harris County Attorney Vince Ryan there. Good morning to you, Mr. Ryan. Their office represents the state of Texas and mental health commitments and children's protective services cases. They assist Harris County in the administration of the guardianship program, which cares for elderly and disabled individuals who are unable to care for themselves. All right. We're taking them back here this morning. We're taking them back. These are the old school rollers.
Oh, yes, it's so good to see these on the streets. I love to see them on the streets, and they must be maintaining them quite well because they've been around for a long, long, long time.
And these are all restored cars we're talking about here, and we know that these cars are their babies because they have worked so hard to restore them.
This one looks like a Bentley. I'm not sure if it's a Bentley or not, but it looks like an old Bentley. Oh, wow. They go way, way back.
All right, we're going to keep it moving here right along the old school rollers here rolling through downtown on Smith Street here for the MLK Parade. Once again, we are live streaming on abc13.com. Those of you who are watching via live stream, abc13.com, we want to welcome you to our live stream. I'm this year's host for the MLK Day Parade. I'm ABC 13's Chauncey Glover here with my co-host here.
Diana Waters here. Diana Waters here with the Black Heritage Society organization. And again, we are ecstatic with the participation this year. We thank you that you guys are making Mr. O.V. Dunketill's dream come alive because the dream continues on. Oh, here we got a Mustang. I don't know if that's back in the 70s. Fraser and Mitchell Mustang.
Look at that beautiful GS there rolling through. Once again, these are all the old school rollers, these restored beautiful cars here participating in this year's parade.
And Chauncey, I have to admit, I don't really know what these cars are called, but I just know they are old school and they looking good. I wonder about the parts, if they can still find parts readily to these vehicles. I don't think they put them out on the street on a regular basis. They probably keep them stored somewhere for special occasions such as this. But they are some awesome looking vehicles.
And once again, we got a lot of these cars strolling here through downtown Houston this morning. The 41st annual MLK Day Parade, of course. It has been a great morning. Our Grand Marshals, Astros George Springer, as well as Representative John Lewis from Georgia. Of course, we know he marched with Dr. Martin Luther King, and we heard him speak to kick off the parade, and sort of got goosebumps there talking about being with Rosa Parks and Dr. King marching there in Montgomery, Alabama.
Well, Chauncey, did I hear you correctly say you actually met John Lewis before?
Yes, I did. I was a reporter 10 years ago in Columbus, Georgia, and I met him, and he grew up in Troy, which is where I attended college, Troy University, so we had that same conversation this morning, so it was almost like a full circle moment.
Wow, well, what does it feel like to you to actually sit here and talk to John Lewis?
You know, it is, you know, it's almost breathtaking, you know, just to hear his story and see what he has gone through, and to be able to sit there and talk with him and learn from him and hear that first account, especially as a young black man myself. It's an honor to hear him and to stand in his presence. And we're talking about a long tradition of history there. We're talking about a man who was on the front line, standing there with Dr. King, and has done so much for equality and for racial equality as well as for African American people. So hats off to him this morning, our Grand Marshal, Representative John Lewis. And welcome to Houston, sir.
And we're very grateful because we know that you have paved the way for most of all of us to be here today, people like all of our elected officials. Again, I want to give a special shout out to Congressman Al Green and Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. We sure that they had a great deal of input in getting John Lewis to come here to Houston, Texas to be our Grand Marshal in our parade. And we want to thank George Springer of the Houston Astros. He was their most valuable player, and he also received the Silver Bat Award. So again, thank you, George Springer. As I was saying earlier, our Grand Marshal, Civil Rights icon John Lewis, and Astro star George Springer. John Lewis, often called one of the most courageous persons the civil rights movement ever produced. Congressman John Lewis has dedicated his life to protecting human rights, securing civil liberties, and building what he calls the beloved community in America. As a student at Fisk University, John Lewis organized sit-in demonstrations at segregated lunch counters in Nashville, Tennessee. In 1961, he volunteered to participate in Freedom Rides, which challenged segregation at interstate bus terminals across the South.
We don't have to read all of it. I'll just say every now and then.
Okay. Who we got here?
Hey, they're done? Who is it? We don't know who it is.
No logos. Let's say, is that the Shape Center?
Shape Center. Shape Center. I don't have anything on it.
I thought I saw
Shape Center located in Third Ward.
Okay, now we have the Shape Community Center with Delord Parker. Delord Parker of the Shape Community Center. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. Delord Parker, Shape Community Center. All right. All right. What a great band. What a great participation. The Shape Center stands for Self-Help for African American People Through Education. Community Center was founded in 1969. For over 47 years and counting. As one of the most visible and involved community centers in Houston, the African American community, and the Houston community as a whole, SHAPE has led the way towards justice, equal opportunity, and institution building in the city, state, nation, and the world. They have 50 walkers in today's parade. All right, now we have approaching Stephen F. Austin. Wow, their band, it sounds phenomenal already. Stephen F. Austin. All right, ROTC stepping up. Stephen F. Austin of High School of Houston, Texas. All right, the development and growth of our students into disciplined, caring, responsible individuals is what is most important to them. Stephen F. Austin High School. These young ladies look awesome in their black, green, and silver uniforms. And here come along is their awesome band. Oh, this band is showing out. Wow, we've had a slew of bands that performed already. They all are doing a fantastic job. All right, Stephen F. Austin High School here in the great city of Houston, Texas. All right, now we have their ROTC. All right, Stephen F. Austin with their ROTC. Don't these young people look awesome? Next, we're going to be having Jones Future Academy. All right, Jones Future Academy coming after the ROTC, Stephen F. Austin ROTC. Also, I want to give a special shout out to Dwayne Muhammad, who's been Mr. Duncantail's right-hand man, along with O.V. Duncantail's Black Heritage Society organization. And thank you so much, Mr. Dwayne Muhammad, for all that you do. All right, now we have Reach and View Everywhere. Now mentoring males. What an awesome organization, mentoring our young men. That's so important. All right, now we have the CKP group, McDonald's Houston. Look at that car. Aren't they jamming? They're jamming. All right. Happy, happy, happy. We are happy today. Okay, KPFT 90.1. KPFT has a mission in which it is devoted to education through our media. Thank you so much, 90.1. Hey, we see some young people, Hot Wheels. All right, now we have approaching Royal High School of Brookshire. All right. We have a marching sound machine, Royal High School Marching Sound Machine of Brookshire. All right, again, some more young people. They are stepping out. Looking great in their white, maroon, and blue uniforms. They have a dancing band. Look at these young people. They are awesome. Oh, and they have cheer. They're cheerleaders. What a great group. What a great group of young people. All right, again, Royal High School Marching Band. We have had a slew of great bands out here participating in the 41st Annual MLK Day Parade. Founder O.V. Duncantel. All right, next we have KIPP Northeast College Prep. They are creating a respected, influential, national network of public schools that are successful in helping students from educationally undeserved communities. Help students develop the knowledge, skills, character, and habits needed to succeed in college and the competitive world beyond. Thank you so much, KIPP College Prep School. All right, now we have with us Philippines, the Filipino American Council of Texas. Thank you so much for being a part of our 41st annual parade, the Filipino Organization Council. Thank you again so much. All right, look at Philippine, Texas. Isn't she beautiful? All right, Philippine, Texas. Thank you so much for participating. Okay, we're streaming live with Channel 13. All right, and we're expecting Sterling High School coming down real soon. All right, Ross Sterling High School. Wow, look at their lovely cheerleaders and band here. I tell you, these young bands, they are showing up and showing out. They sound awesome. Sterling High School. 60 students today. Wow, awesome. Thank you guys so much for participating. Again, this is Channel 13, Diana Waters. We are streaming live with Channel 13. All right, young ladies, thank you guys so much for coming out. Sterling High School. All right, Pleasant Rose Lodge 105. Men with faith, hope, charity, standing together with cohesiveness, established in January 8th, 1955 in Houston, Texas. All right. Again, we are streaming live, Channel 13. I'm one of the hosts, Diana Waters, with my partner, Chauncey Glover. All right, approaching, we're going to have Houston Caribbean Professional Association. All right, as they approach, they are here to support, connect, unite professionals of Caribbean's heritage for the advancement of Caribbean community, domestic and abroad. Thank you so much, Houston Caribbean Professional Association. We are all one people, one race, and that's the human race. Thank you again so much for coming out and supporting the 41st Annual Black Heritage Society Parade. right, now we have Barbados. Barbados salute Martin Luther King Jr. today. The Barbados salutes Martin Luther King Jr. today at our 41st annual parade. All right, we have a float from Houston Haitians United. Houston Haitians United. Again, they are the Barbados Association of Texas.
All right. The Barbados Association of Texas bring us a little Barbados vibes here to downtown Houston this morning. All right, and please at this time welcome the Magnolia Lodge number 3. They have about 60 walkers today. Good morning to you. Good morning.
All right. We have the father of Tony-elect judge in Fort Bend County. All right. All right, we have a slew of nice-looking gentlemen. The Houston Lodge. Thank you guys so much. All right, we got a nice slew of gentlemen marching right now in the parade.
All right, coming through Klein Forest High School, the Air Force ROTC program here at the 41st annual MLK Day Parade in downtown Houston. Once again, we are live streaming on ABC13.com right now. So if you have some family or friends or coworkers who are not here in downtown Houston this morning, please tell them they can go to the live stream at ABC13.com to watch the live stream here of the 41st annual MLK Day Parade.
We're busy right now announcing the parade, so. Where are cones at? Where are cones? Where are cones at?
Is this the first year live streaming? Yes. Well, you know what? The last year we had, what they call those,
Next we have IOTA. I'm trying to find it in there.
drone things.
Oh,
I'm gonna let you do this.
Oh, okay, we got the IOTAs. The IOTAs here this morning. The IOTAs. Look at there. All right, behind the IOTAs, Center Point. You all give it up for Center Point Energy.
All right, Centerpoint. We know how important Centerpoint Energy is, don't we? I think we all use them in some kind of way, whether it's via gasoline or electric. We know it's owned by Centerpoint Energy. Thank you so much, Centerpoint Energy.
Okay. We have to wipe Boykins coming up.
Let me do it.
Centerpoint primary business include electric transmission and distribution of natural gas and natural gas sales and service. Centerpoint is committed to core values of safety, integrity, accountability, initiative, and respect for customers, investors, employees, and the community. Centerpoint Energy, thank you for all you do.
All right, who we got here? Councilman Dwight. That's not Dwight. Good morning. Good to see you there. Councilman Dwight Boykins' team, they're rolling through. Also, check out our next float here.
All right, all right.
Shelly Kennedy there. Good morning to you.
With the Democratic Party, Edna Griggs. Thank you guys so much for participating. All right, Houston, historic Houston. Thank you. Now we have James H. Law, HISD Elementary School.
That's
with
right.
a promise to keep a safe, warm, caring environment with a rigorous curriculum. All right, James H. Law Elementary School. Look at these young children, guys. It's so important to encourage them, to inspire them, to help build their self-esteem so that one day they'll give back to the community.
All right, that's James H. Law Elementary School here, rolling here this morning. Good morning. All right, the Greater Houston Frontiers Club there. All right, give it up for Cypress Creek High School, ROTC program here, marching through downtown Houston. Followed by them, give it up for the Elite Eagles Cheer, Tumbling, and Dance Squad. Ooh, okay. All right.
Wow.
Y'all brave to do that here with the pavement, but please give it up for them. Give it up for their bravery.
Wow, what a
Tumbling and
fantastic.
tossing on pavement.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, look at these little young people, guys. They look wonderful. All right, glad to see them.
And the Lone Star Golf Association this morning. All right, Houston. I need everybody to stop right quick. We got some breaking news. We got the #1, the first, the best fraternity ever rolling through downtown Houston. Give it up for my frat brothers, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated here this morning. Good morning to you, brothers. Of course, the first African-American intercollegiate Greek letter fraternity. It was initially a literacy and social studies club organized in 1905-1906 school year there at Cornell University, but later evolved into a fraternity. They got about 50 Alpha brothers walking here this morning. Good morning, frat brothers. Good morning.
All right, all right. Yeah, I got it going on. All right.
All right, we got more alphas here strolling through downtown Houston for the MLK Day Parade.
All right, Alpha.
Good morning, frat brothers. Good morning. All right, and of course, behind them are ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha. Good morning to you all. Oh, the Iota Phi Lambda chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Oh, AKA, they will get you straight. Here we go, the first African-American Greek lettered business sorority established by African-American businesswomen. There are now more than 100 chapters with membership, numbering more than 5,085 cities and also the U.S. Virgin Islands. Oh.
All right, Kevin's Special Pals. All right, and their lovely float here.
Everything beyond this. Okay, another band. Oh, here, band, okay. Probably, I don't know. Maybe they're coming. I mean, I don't know what else. They can be back there. Okay.
All right, all right. You're watching the 41st annual MLK Day Parade here, live streaming on ABC13.com. I am your host, Chauncey Glover, along here with my co-host here.
Diana Waters of the Black Heritage Society organization.
All right, you all give it up for Kashmir High School Marching Band coming through downtown Houston. Give it up for them.
Yes, streaming live with Channel 13, Chauncey Glover and myself, Diana Waters. Again, we're giving it up to Kashmir Gardens. What a awesome band. Man, these bands have really showed up and showed out tonight, or this afternoon, this morning. Looking good in their red, blue, and white. This is my phone right here.
It's Ashley's, I think.
That's Ashley. All right, Kashmir is showing up and showing out. All right, give it up for Kashmir High School Band. give it up to Francis Scott Key Middle School. Francis Scott. All right, Francis Scott Elementary. Thank you, young people, for participating in our parade. Now the Sisters of Red Storm High School, Men of a Vision.
Y'all give it up for Cypress Lakes Men of Vision.
The guy brought over, somebody threw it out of one of those floats by mistake. Who is this?
Cypress Lakes Vision of Men.
They're not on here.
All right, you all give it up for Cypress Lakes Men of Vision. Y'all see in the front there, led by Vanilla Ice. I see you there, Vanilla Ice. All right, you all give it up for Kate Bell Elementary rolling through downtown this morning.
Oh, they're coming in
a
style
boat.
in a boat.
All right.
Oh, wow.
We can't say they're strolling through. We gotta say I guess they're sailing through. They're sailing through here
yeah, you young
downtown.
people.
Good morning.
Sail
Kate Bell
away.
Elementary School, home of the Cougars.
All right, Bell Elementary. Kate Bell.
All right, Starbucks Black Partners Network here this morning. For all Starbucks partners and employees who want to cultivate, enhance, and share the African and African-American experience. They have about 50 walkers today walking with the Starbucks Black Partners Network. All right, and the Texas Lunar Festival here. It's the 23rd Annual Texas International Lunar Festival, representing here for the MLK Day Parade this morning. Check them out.
We're thankful for the Texas Lunar because they have worked very closely with the Black Heritage Society organization. They have supported Mr. O.V. Duncantale in so many ways, so we are thankful that they participated in our parade today. Again, Texas Lunar, thank you so much. We're so happy to have so much of a diverse culture to participate in our 31st annual Grand MLK Parade today. Thank you all for your participation. You know, the more we learn about different cultures, the more we can appreciate one another. We won't have that fear of the unknown or fear for those that we don't know or those that don't look like us and think like us. But we need to communicate and work together as one so that we can come together as a culture and a community, again, to represent the human race.
And once again, it's the MLK Day Parade here in downtown Houston this morning.
rolling through downtown Houston, the 41st annual. You're live streaming on ABC13.com. And one thing that we've seen a lot here, some of the kiddos out here, are you enjoying the parade?
Yes.
What's been your favorite thing so far, sweetie?
The dancing.
The dancing. She likes the dancing. And your dad, how you doing? Okay, how you doing this morning? You enjoying the parade?
Yes, sir.
All right, check out, look at this. I don't know what they're called, but they look fun.
All right.
They just showed up and they're just strolling here. Unity of wealth
All right,
there.
we're looking
All
forward
right.
next to Sugar Rush, local bake shop offering a variety of homemade sweets. Sugar Rush. I know we all can use some sweets right about now.
All right, Sugar Rush, y'all got any? Y'all got some cookies or cakes or something for us? Oh, the cookies and cakes are back here.
Now, we need
All right.
some real food, like he said, some cakes.
Right. Gotta get a cupcake or a red velvet slice cake or something.
All right, Sugar Rush, you guys are looking great.
That is Sugar Rush here.
Okay, there's like 75 Corvettes. We can't. They're
That's
down
how many
there.
they have. They normally do about 75 in their group. I'm gonna walk down around it now.
He told me 75.
That's how many they have, but they do it every year, 75 in the parade. Again, we want to give a special shout out and thanks again to our Grand Marshal, John Lewis, Congressman John Lewis, and George Springer of the Houston Astros. And thanks to all of our elected officials, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson-Lee, Congressman Al Green, State Senator Boris Miles, Commissioner Rodney Ellis, Commissioner Adrian Garcia, Jeff Boney out of Fort Bend County, all of HPD, all of Harris County Fire Department. Special shout out to my good friend Michael Kubash.
How you doing, Mr. Kubash?
Thank you guys so much for participating in our annual parade.
And the National Afro-American Corvette Club once again coming through. But we just want to say thank you all so much for tuning in here to the ABC13.com live stream of the 41st annual MLK Day Parade. It has been a great morning here as we wrap things up. Once again, I'm ABC 13's Chauncey Glover, and thank you for being here with me this morning.
Right, awards. And as we said, as we promised, we were going to have one of the largest grand parades in the state of Texas, in Houston. We're going to beat out San Antonio this year. So again, on behalf of O.B. Duncantel, the founder of Black Heritage Society organization, and the city of Houston, thank you all so much for coming out and participating, and we're looking forward to working with you at our 42nd Grand Annual Parade.
And we can't help but to say also thank you to our great Grand Marshals, of course, Astros, George Springer, and the Honorable U.S. Representative from Georgia, John Lewis, who, of course, walked with Dr. Martin Luther King. So this has been a great morning, a great parade here, live streaming on ABC13.com, right here from downtown Houston. Once again, thank you all so much for being here with us this morning. Happy MLK Day. Have a great day and be blessed. Once again, I'm Chauncey Glover from ABC 13 here along with
Diana Waters from the Black Heritage Society organization. And again, shout out to Sylvester Brown and Sylvester Turner.
All right. All right. Thank you. We'll see you next year.